Hi, so this is my final project on Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee. So even though this film was made over 30 years ago, it's still more relevant than ever. Do the Right Thing explores how racial inequality and race relations drive conflict in neighborhoods that are predominantly African American. Spike Lee actually made this film in 1989 with the intention to cause controversy. Today there are more films that tackle racism, but there were not many back then that highlighted the realities of being a black teenager and growing up in the United States. He wanted the film to get attention so people could focus on the issue of racism and begin to confront it as a real issue instead of brushing it to the side. Spike Lee uses bold styles of editing and dialogue to help better capture the raw emotions of the characters throughout the film. So the theme of racial inequality is contrasted for us in plain sight by Spike Lee multiple times throughout the movie. In a scene with Pino and Mookie in the pizza shop, Pino talks about his likes of African American celebrities, but his distaste of black people in the neighborhood. Spike Lee is showing the audience that some white people support African American culture in mainstream media, but they often do not support their next door neighbors who are black. This is important as Mookie, a black person, works for Sal and his family, people who do not necessarily respect the people that look like him. Themes of racial injustice are embodied through the characters' outfits, dialogue between black and whites, and music in the film. The cinematography also helps to capture this theme. So the cinematography used by Spike Lee in the film is used to advance the social statement he's trying to make. After Mookie talks to Pino about the negative attitude he has towards black people, despite liking many black celebrities like I mentioned, we see a series of zooms and close shots with various people throughout the neighborhood. As the camera zooms into these people's faces one by one, they throw off a variety of different stereotypes and racial slurs. It's almost as if they're calling us these names personally, and Spike Lee places us in other people's shoes and other experiences. Eye contact with the audience is established as the scene breaks the fourth wall as well. It makes it so those people are attempting to speak and pass their message directly to the audience. It's a powerful scene, and Spike Lee helps connect the audience to the message by using these camera angles. We see zooms all throughout the movie, also like when Buggin' Out is attempting to recruit people to boycott Sal's. This is another time they break the fourth wall again with eye contact. The zoom and close-up make a personal, emotional movement between the character and the audience. When the camera zooms in on Radio Raheem, it captures the intense emotion you might not be able to see otherwise, from a further angle. The sound and music are also very important in Do the Right Thing. The song, Fight the Power, is first heard in the opening credits. When it started playing, I immediately became filled with energy and joy. I felt like I was a part of the protest. Radio Raheem blasted this song throughout the movie. Radio Raheem is a tall, quiet black man who carries a speaker with him throughout walking throughout the block. He stands as a symbol for fighting the power, letting the music literally speak for him. He is mostly seen walking around the block aimlessly, and his purpose in the film is to simply spread the message of the song, Fight the Power. When the wide lens angle zooms in on Raheem during the argument between him and Sal, it captures the intense emotion you might not be able to see from a further angle. The audience is up close with the sweat dripping off him as he stares through the camera right into the audience's eyes. It's a very personal scene, and we feel very connected and actually involved in the argument between the two of them. Spike Lee and Raheem also break the fourth wall later when he's describing the meaning of his brass knuckles that say love and hate. Radio Raheem explains how both love and hate are essential to the struggle of balancing life as a black man in America. He also wears a shirt that says Do or Die, which backs up his theme song in Fight the Power. The character's outfit help advance Spike Lee's message of doing the right thing. Back to the song, Fight the Power, we hear this song constantly, in the credits, on the streets, on the car radios, but mostly through Radio Raheem, a very important but quiet character throughout the film. The song plays into the theme and moral decision that Mookie later has to make when he decides to throw the trash can through the window of his store. Spike Lee foreshadows the violence at Sal's Pizzeria from the very opening scene of the film, and the audience is left to contemplate whether or not they did the right thing. I really love this film because of the uniqueness there is to it. I like how the movie takes place throughout one day. I don't know many other films that are like this. Spike Lee also made the setting of the film on a hot summer day, which is supposed to add to the tension between Sal and Mookie's friends. The idea that temperature increases violence is an interesting aspect from Spike Lee that I had not thought about before. I've also never seen a movie with as many different camera angles as Spike Lee uses in Do the Right Thing. Spike Lee makes more personal scenes between the audience and character by breaking the fourth wall, zooming in on the characters' faces. Like I said at the beginning of this film, it's more relevant than ever. I was shocked when I saw that Radio Raheem got choked out by the police, because it is literally a direct representation of the same issues that are going on today. I think this film will, unfortunately, remain relevant for years to come. But if people watch this film, they might become aware of what goes on in different communities across the United States. Thank you.